Let's start. Production and cost of production. Yeah. First, economists assume that objective of a firm is to maximize profits. Economists assume that objective of a firm is to maximize profits. And we denote profits with this symbol pi. Firm may have any other objective like maximize sales, maximize revenue, maximize growth. But when we study firms' behavior, we start with this assumption, profit maximizing objective. And then profit defined as the difference between total revenue and total cost. TR minus TC. Yeah. Okay. So in short, high profits, it's a difference between monetary inflow and monetary outflow. Revenue minus cost. Revenue, it's the money flow when the firm sell goods or services. Total cost, it's a total cost of producing a given amount of goods or services. Next, now we learn that Q is the output, yeah, where Q is the output or quantity of products that the firm produce. Yeah. Then profits depends on how many outputs the firm produce and sell. Revenue depends on output. Total cost also depends on outputs. Yeah. High depends on Q. TR depends on Q. Total cost will be high, although also depends on Q. So the question is, question to the firm is to maximize profits. How many cookies the firm should produce if this is a cookie production? So that's a question that we ask, since we know that all terms here depends on level of production Q. Yeah. So this will give you the framework to think about firms' behavior. All right.
จุดหลังหน้าแรกของคนงงเลยไปจุดไหน
Production function of a firm. Okay. When we insert inputs into this box, inputs, factor inputs, and then what we get from this production function is output, cookies. So production function, it's a technological relationship between inputs that we use, and then we transform inputs, mix inputs all together to produce output. It could be cars, vaccines, yeah, or students that produced by this faculty every year, 150 students per year entering jobs market. For example, I'm a factor input labor in this example. You are output of this program. Yeah. Every year we produce 150 graduates. Faculty are buildings, equipments, yeah, facilities, yeah, manpower, yeah, human resources that we use as output, as inputs to produce you guys. And this is a production function. Yeah. Okay, let's start our story. We are going to produce something we call output. Produce, represented by this variable, namely Q. And let's say we use two factor inputs. L, quantity of labor. Yeah, ปริมาณแรงงาน quantity, not quality. Yeah. Quantity of labors. Q. It could be measured in terms of number of workers per day. Or could be measured as number of working hours per day. Let's say if we use 10 workers, everyone work for 8 hours a day, then total working hours would be 80 hours a day when we use 10 guys. That's how we measure this variable. K. Okay, K represent capital, or capital is quite broad, right? Quantity of capitals. Let's have example in mind. Let's say it's about number of machines that we use or number of robots that we use together with man. So man and machines. Yeah. Okay, we make a story simple. Yeah. We produce output Q by using workers working together with, let's say, machines or robot. Okay, we have three variables already. So we are going to consider a production function like this. We want to produce output Q by using two factor inputs, namely labors and machines. So we write them in functional form, like a y as a function of x. Q, number of cookies, depends on how many workers and how many machines that we use. Q depends on L and K. Yeah. So it's summarize technological relationship between output that we received as manager, production manager, and inputs that we use, L and K together. So if production function look like this, let's say, let's have explicit form. Q equal to 2 times L times K. That means if we use one guide and we have one machine, we would get the output equal to 2 cookies, like this. If we use 2, L equal to 2, if we increase more workers in, we use two workers, work with just one machine, we would get Q equal to 4 units. And this is a production function. Or another function, Another example, Q equal to L plus K. One man, one machine get 2 cookies. 2 man, 1 machine 3. 3 man, 1 machine 4. Another type.
กูก็ว่าอยู่ว่าแอลเริ่มมาจาก quality of labor ใช่เพราะกูดูข้างบนองไลออนอะไรเงี้ยให้กูดูมีความรู้หน่อยโอเคอ่ะคิงของคิงของบูสเหรอไม่กินไม่กินเขาจะอยากเงินเขาก็จะเปลี่ยนเราดูมันเราจะดูเลยดูเลี้ยงว่าเฮ้ยท่าดูเลี้ยงเลี้ยงเลี้ยงโอเลี้ยงน้อง
Or another production function, last example. So in a nutshell, we can have several forms of production function which represent how many cookies we would receive when we mix L and K. So the black box here depends on the type of function that we have. Okay.
Vậy mấy ok rồi ngồi thằng chị phải cho mấy thằngไม่ได้เขาจะตรวจเขาเราตื่นขึ้นมาแล้ว2 3 4อ๋ออะไรไม่รู้เรื่องทำไม
So we take a look at production function. We can distinguish between short run production and long run production. Definition of short run, it's a period of time such that at least one input is fixed. Maybe you use 10 inputs. If you discover that at least one input you cannot change the amount, increase or decrease, that means you are in the short run production or production in the short run. So that's how we define the term short run. So that means in the short run, the manager has some constraint. He cannot change at least one input that he used. About long run, all inputs used can be varied. In the long run, all inputs used can be varied. That means when we consider long run production, there is no fixed input. Yeah. Now BBA program, it's in the short run productions. If we want to produce more number of graduates, let's say from 150 to 300, what we can do is we may increase more sections, employ more teachers. But what we cannot do is we cannot expand number of buildings that we use right now. So the building that we use, it's fixed. So BBA program is in the short run production. Okay. If you ask how many months we have to change from short run to long run, it depends. Yeah. If you discover that now you cannot change one of 10 inputs already, and then that means you are in a short run production. But if next month you found that now you can change all inputs that you use, then you are entering long run production. It could take months or quarters or year when you change from short run to long run production. Okay. With our story, let's say if we write production function like this, we put a bar on K, which means capital now is fixed. We have a given amount of machines. So we have among the two inputs that we use now, at least one input we cannot change. So this is a production function in the short run. But if we write this without any bar on L or on K, so this represents production function in the long run. All inputs can be varied, no fixed input. Okay, let's begin with short run production function. We produce cookie where workers are variable inputs. We can change number of workers, L, variable inputs, ปัจจัยแปรผันเนี่ย and K we cannot change, we call fixed input ปัจจัยคงที่ Yeah, it's so with the definition of short run. Short run is about period of time that at least one factor input cannot be changed. Yeah, here capital or machines, we cannot adjust the amount. Okay, if we want to have more queue, more cookies, what we can do, we can only increase number of workers. Use more workers if we want to have more cookies. But later on, you will see that it's not always the case that when we increase more and more and more workers, number of cookie may not be increasing. Sometimes may fall. Okay. The first one, total product of labor, TP subscript L, or we can call total output. Yeah. So this term, it's quite straightforward. If you produce cookies, it's referred to amount of cookies that we received, let's say per day, when we use man and machines. Yeah.
ใจเย็นดีต้องยื่นให้อาจารย์ใช่ต้องยื่นให้อาจารย์ให้เป็นประกาศชื่อเยอะมาก
Next one, average product of labor, AP subscript L. The term here refers to number of cookies that we received per worker. How to compute this? We just put number of cookies obtained first, divided by number of workers that we use, Q divided by L, or total product divided by L.
ให้เขากันเลยสร้างอ้วนอ่ะฮัลโหลค่ะเอาให้คุยได้ไหมจะลดน้ำหนักชอบเหลือมันจะเกี่ยวอะไรด้วย
For example, if we use 10 guys and at the end of the working day, they deliver 1,000 cookies, we want to compute APL. So we just quickly 1,000 divided by 10, cookie divided by people, we got 100 cookies per person. Yeah. So on average, each worker produce about 100
สิ่งที่เป็นไข่มุก
units of cookie per day. That's APL.
Ngoài ra nó cái gì nó thành tiền hay bạc máy đôi bay đọc bài học cô này có mình muốn mình sẽ đọc bàiไม่ใช่แบบ
So company use APL to measure labor productivity, which is about how productive your workers are compared with, let's say, another factory or another company. Yeah. Similar concept like we use grade point average to measure students' average academic performance. Yeah. Okay. All right. Second term finish. AP. Term 3. Marginal product of labor, MPL. MPL say something about if we put one extra guy into the production process, how many extra cookies we would obtain. Extra output from extra worker. So
ถ้าเพื่อนอยากกินก็ได้เราอยากกินก็ได้ได้อยากกินบะหมี่เป็ดเช่นอยากกินบองชอนแบ่งก็ได้ใครอยากกินบองชอนกินบองชอนได้
So the recipe, it's straightforward. Yeah. We know that if we change out, Q may change. Yeah. So we want to see the response when we adjust out what will happen to our cookies. Yeah, that's delta Q over delta L. Yeah. Okay. Yes.
This is per labor, right? For the third one.
Which one?
The third one. This is per labor. Extra output received from extra unit of worker per workers.
Yeah. Oh, maybe I delete this
แอบเขียน
without S.
ส่งทีมไป อยากมีหมูยิงเดาเลยไม่อยากจริงๆวันนี้ไม่ต้องก็จะคนรู้คนหล่อนะ
So for example, when we make this delta L, yeah, we change from using 3 to using 4. So we increase one extra worker, yeah, delta L equal to 1. And we see the response by delta Q here.
ตอบเยอะเลยประเด็นคืออยู่ในประเทศ
So cookies increased by 15 units. Delta Q.
แบ่งนี้แบ่งคือนี้แบ่งพวกไหนเดี๋ยวนี้เราพบกันแล้วเลยเพราะว่ามีเป็ดก็อิ่มเหมือนกันนะเพื่อนมีเป็ดก็ฉ่ำนะเดี๋ยวยังนี้กินแพงเมื่อวานไปไม่กินแพงวันนั้นก็มาคนละกี่บาท200 กว่าบาทปกติเรากินแค่100 กว่าบาทไม่ใช่หรอ200ปกติจะ100 กว่าทำแบบทำที่เป็นเยอะมากๆเป็นของคนไทยเลยดีซีดีที่บางทีเขาเปิดแบบคนเดี๋ยวถ้าไปก่อนได้เอามาเข้าชีมีเป็นไหมเขามีเป็นเพราะอะไรอยากถูกอยากถูกอย่าพูดอย่างนั้นเราต้องบอกว่าเป็นอร่อยเราอย่าพูดว่ามันถูกเราอย่าไปด้อย
Okay.
มันถูกมันไม่ใช่อินฟิเนียร์กูดคือ normal กูด
Here, when we use 3 workers, let's say we got 60 pieces of cookies. And now, if we increase number of workers to 4, we add one more, Mr. 4. We measure total output again. Total output becomes 75. So incremental output, it's 15. Divided by incremental L, which is 1. So marginal product right now, it's 15. Extra output from an extra worker. And it should be noted that we are not going to say thank you to this Mr. 4. It's not because of him alone that create this 15. We got extra 15 pieces because it's teamwork effort. Yeah. Adding 4, working with the first 3, working with the 8, working with the machines, generate this extra output. Yeah. Okay. Don't misunderstood that it's because of Mr. 4 alone. No. Yeah. All right. Shall we, if we learn about this, that if we add Mr. 4 in, we got 15 cookies more. The question is, should we hire him? You say no? How do you know?
Existing workers can produce 20.
Existing workers where?
Each of them can produce 20.
Where did you get the number 20 from?
60 divided by 3.
That's AP. And that's okay. Average product before is like you as you said 60 divided by 3 is 20,
But the new ones can produce only 50.
and the new average product would be 75 divided by 4. What do you get then? 75 divided by 4.
18.75.
18.
0.75. Lower.
Oh, you look at this number and you come up with the answer that we should not introduce this guy to the factory. Okay. Fair enough. But we should have some rule to make this decision whether we should hire this guy. Okay, let's take a look a little bit. We should compute the value of this marginal product.
18.17ครับไปถึง5ไหนอันนี้
Value of MPL, value of marginal product of labor, which equal to
กดไลค์ไปไปเย็นให้เขาได้ไหมแบบ
let's say
กลัวว่า
we have to assume what would be the price. Yeah, okay.
สมมติว่าโดนแท็กซี่โกงหนูว่าเราไม่ใช่จริงแต่กูโดนโกงตอนเป็นนักสิบกู500อยู่กูเพิ่งรู้ว่าแบบไอ้โดนไม่เคยสั่งเลยไปห้างแล้วเหลือเท่าไหร่100 กว่าบาทกูบอกค่าทางด่วนแล้ว500
Let's say price of cookie when we sell it in the market is 50 baht per cookie. So then the value of marginal product that introducing the fourth guy working with the first three, when we sell this amount extra output into the market, we get 750 as value of marginal product. Then the principle would be if the value of marginal product that we received, it's above the wage we have to pay to this guy number 4. Let's say we have to pay 300 baht. Oh, then it's worth hiring this guy. VMP greater than W. And this is W.
แต่ดูจากอธิบายน่าจะเป็น ตัวยี่ห้อกันเลย
3 สิ่งที่ถูกสิ่งโดน
so scary ย้อนดูว่าเปล่ามันเหลือมันเหลือครึ่งหนึ่ง
hiring rule. Yeah. When value of marginal product it's greater than wage paid, yeah, it's okay to hire this guy. But if value of marginal product is less than W, we should not hire this. Okay. Now it's time to look at numerical example for these three.
Không phải là một lưu số khối
The name of the table is total product. Marginal product and average product. Okay. And with fixed capital, this term suggests that we are considering short-run production function where we have two kinds of input. Yeah. We have variable inputs, which is L, and fixed input, which is K, to produce Q output. Let's say number of cookies produced. So we are looking at short-run production function where workers are variable input, capital or machines or robot. Here it's fixed input ปัจจัยคงที่ Let's name the column first. Column 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now it's you.
Okay.
What happened to number of cookies, column 3, when we use more workers?
The quantity of the cookie that is produced is increased
Oh
from,
yeah,
from 5 to 18, 36 later on,
increase, and then
decreasing later. Like it turned to 0 and then -2 at the very end.
no, this column.
Okay. It's increasing until it reaches the maximum.
Ah.
Yep.
And then
Start to decrease.
Okay. Thank you. And illustration according to what you said is here. We have worker L here. We have cookies Q. Output. We look at the relationship between output received and input used. Here, we cannot do anything with capital, right? Capital is fixed at 8. You see the column 1. Yeah, column 1. Capital is fixed. Now, what we learn is that given the fixed capital, given this K bar equal to 8 machines, when we vary workers, use more workers, number of cookies increase. Let's say if we use 4 workers, we got 56 pieces, 0.8. If we use 6 workers, we got 90. Number of cookies reach the max and stop to increase any further when we use 11 guys. So 110 is a max that we receive when L equal to 11. If we use more than 11, the curve suggests that our cookies will drop. Number of cookies will drop. Yeah. So it looks like a bell shape now. This is a total product curve. Yeah. And it's also should spot this as well. With only capital K equal to 8 machines, if we have no workers, no cookies, the curve starts from the origin. Yeah. Okay. All right. Now, let's summarize.
ทำความสุขนี้ว่าพอมันเป็นลมมันได้ใช่ไหมแต่พอเป็นอย่างคือพอมันได้กันอะคือจะแบบนี้ตึ๊ดๆ
Fact about total product or Q. No worker, no cookie. Fact number 1. When we use small L using with the fixed K capital, cookie increase when labor increase, reach its peak at 110. Q max is 110. When L equal to 11, max and stop to increase. Yeah.
บอยแล้วว่าชาบูแต่อยากกินแต่อะไรเงี้ยนะวันนั้นอร่อยค่ะอะไรเงี้ยก็รู้สึกว่ามันเหมือนกันเลยแต่ว่ามันมีตรงที่มันเหมือนตีน้อยมันแต่มันมีไอตีเยอะกว่าแต่ถ้าตีน้อยจะชีสเยอะกว่าไม่ใช่ชีสเยอะกว่าแต่ว่าชีสฟรี
Total product curve has a bell shape. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Next. Next is a fact about marginal product. Marginal product. Marginal product. Thank you. Say something about marginal product then. Oh, sorry. I'm going to the picture.
Marginal product, right?
First of all, what is a marginal product?
Addition from total product.
Again, please.
Oh.
Marginal product is
The additional of
what?
product
Additional product.
when the labor increase.
When you add
more
additional
labor.
worker. Okay. What happens to when we add more and more workers into the factory? What happens to extra cookies that we received?
It increase at first and
Increase until when?
until the peak and
Where?
The labor is full.
4. You found this 20. And if we add more than this level,
The marginal product start to decrease until zeros, and when the total product start to decrease, the marginal product start to fall under zero.
okay. Can you say something about this guy number 11?
Is when the total product reach it peaks and the marginal product is zero.
So when we add this guy into the factory, working with the first 10 existing, the result is
does not increase the total product.
Yeah. Total product stop to increase. That means MP is 0. Thank you very much. And what is your nickname?
Prim.
Prim. Okay, Prim. What Prim said is, look at this blue mountain. First of all, L. And this is a cookie per person. It's not cookie per day like above yet. So you cannot mix total product curve plot with this. It's different vertical axis. Yeah. Above is cookie per day. Here, average, marginal, separate picture. Cookie per person, as Prim said. When we add more workers in until this guy, the guy number 4, extra output when we add him working with the first 3, it's the max. At 20 cookies that we receive, that's MP equal to 20. Beyond this, NP still positive, but become less positive. You have to use this term carefully. Marginal product still positive, but become less positive when we add more than 4. Take a look. The term that we use, become less positive, is this. Total product still increase, look. Yeah. But incremental output or MP is diminishing. This is called diminishing, yeah. Diminishing or decreasing, declining. Yeah. Until the guy number 11, once we put him in, marginal product is 0. Here. Adding more workers beyond this point, marginal product is negative, which make the total product fall like this, yeah, consistent with above. Yeah. So when we plot, we have to make sure that the two pictures consistent. Yeah. This occur, the peak of TP mountain occur at 11. Then when we draw MP, it must cut horizontal at 11 as well. Yeah, ตรงกัน yeah. Correspond with each other. Okay. Now, summarize MP. From in between 0 and 4, adding more workers, marginal product keep increasing, rising. You would see 5 to 13 to 18 to 20. This is rising MP. Look at the numbers. Yeah. At L equal to 4, marginal product, it's at max. Extra cookie from adding Mr. 4 into the factory, it's the max, 20 extra cookies. So we summarize how the curve look like in 5 bullets here. And of course, if you have these 5 bullets, you don't need to look at the picture. Actually, you can just sketch the curve already by ourselves. Since we know the peak, we know the cutting point at the horizontal axis. Yeah, we can produce this MP curve by ourselves. Okay, let's do one. Look like a mountain, go up, peak and fall, cut, spot the peak at 4, cut the horizontal at 11, the peak it's at 20. Yeah. Plot by ourselves, marginal product curve. Rising, and then falling. And then diminishing marginal product start to operate at L equal to 4. Yeah. Declining, diminishing. Yeah. Okay. Final thought about this is there must be a reason why marginal product or extra cookie we receive when we add extra guide keep falling when we use more than 4. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That's it for today.